Hi, I'm Alex from Southern Ukulele Store, and today we're going to look at bird on a wire ukuleles. So every now and again something comes along that completely challenges and changes our preconceptions about what we like about an instrument. It's happened to me so many times through the years. I'm a bit of a tart. I tend to fall in love with an instrument, and then after the initial lust has worn off, I fall in love with the next one. Sometimes I fall in love with the next one whilst I'm falling in love with the first one. And that's okay. Because every now and again a builder comes along, like these bird on a wire ukuleles, that just completely capture your imagination and make you want to pick them up and play them. I could not wait. I've been waiting 4 months for these instruments to turn up, and I'm so excited that Phil and I get to play them for you today. I think what excites me most about these ukuleles is that they have captured something that only a few ukulele brands or builders have captured before that we've had here at Sus, which is making an instrument that is functional, sounds great, looks great, feels great, but it's also a usable piece of art. Now, I don't want to be too hippy-dippy about things, but it's so nice to look at an instrument and know that it's already been on a journey before it's reached you, and to see somebody's artistic vision and hold it in your hands and then create your own artistic vision on top of it. That's something that you don't get to experience all the time, and it's something that you can't always buy. And I really feel that bird on a wire ukuleles have achieved this. We've seen a few instruments like this here at Sus. I can think off the top of my head of builders like Pete Howlett, Chris Perkins, Marshall Stapleton, Richard Cross, and from outside the UK, Ichisumi and Chuck Moore, although we've only ever had one of his ukes, Toda. The list goes on to Silver. So as I film this in April 2019, I can be fairly confident that most of you will not have heard of Tom Molstad or bird on a wire ukuleles. And that really excites me because we've gotten in on a brand right at the ground level, having built just a couple of dozen instruments over a couple of years, and the growth and speed at which Tom has developed as a builder has just been fascinating. Now, I'm not going to claim that I was there the day he decided to start building ukuleles, but certainly to discover his journey just a couple of years in and to work with him over the last few months on these three instruments, we are just delighted to have three ukuleles here that offer completely unique wood combinations. We've never had instruments with olive or plum back and sides before, and they sound great, they feel great, they look great, and they're made by one man in his workshop, taking an artistic vision and making it an instrument that someone can have for the rest of their lives, and that's a great thing. So we're going to talk about the three instruments now, one by one, and give them a play. But I just want to introduce you to the Speedwell, the Crosshouse, and the Flock. We're going to start with the Speedwell. I look forward to talking about it. But in the meantime, have a listen to us play it and see what you think. Okay, so the first ukulele that we're going to look at today is number 19 in the bird on a wire serial number list. This is the Speedwell ukulele. Now the Speedwell ukulele is loosely based on Tom's number 13 model Shearwater, which I loved so much that I purchased. So I actually am a bird on a wire owner, and this ukulele was the first ukulele that I ordered from Tom for the shop. So this instrument has a spruce top with cherry back and sides, with a walnut strip down the back there, and an ebony fingerboard with a walnut bridge and walnut inlays around the outside of the body. So what's this? Okay, this is mica stone. So very, very small pieces of stone that were hand dyed and laid in the instrument. But amazingly, they didn't really add any weight to the instrument. You would think just by putting stone on the top that you would have a very heavy ukulele. But this ukulele is very, very well balanced. Just a great lightweight high-end ukulele with some gorgeous unique inlays. And I'm going to just read you now Tom's description of this instrument that he sent to me to accompany the listing for it. So, named after a 1577 ship that sailed alongside the Mayflower, the design was created with the desire to inlay different media in a new and creative way. The glittery substance that can be seen is actually pieces of mica stone that have been individually hand-dyed, layered and set in resin. The lines of the inlaid mica and wood are meant to echo the shape of the instrument. So yeah, it's just a gorgeous ukulele. And another really cool feature about this ukulele is the Goto planetary tuners. And you can just see there the Bird on a Wire logo inlaid into the back of the headstock. Really classy. The finish is like a shellac finish, which I must confess, looking at all of these, is not perfect all the way around, but much like many of the kind of home builders that we're dealing with here at Southern Ukulele Store, they are using mainly hand tools and old-fashioned ways of building, and it's just impossible to create a modern UV gloss finish when you're using shellac as your finishing material. So the shellac is incredibly light, and the instruments do come with a 5-year warranty from Tom at Bird on a Wire. So yeah, I'm going to give it a play for you now. Phil's going to give it a play and see what you guys think. Okay, the second ukulele we're going to look at today is Bird on a Wire number 20, known as the Flock. Tom had told me about this instrument design before we went ahead with the commissions. He said he'd had this in his head for a while. So I'll talk about the wood combinations first and then the designs and go from there. So this ukulele has a solid spruce top with solid olive wood back and sides, which is gorgeous. It looks orange, it looks yellow, it looks all sorts of colours. Beautiful back and sides there. With a mahogany neck, the ebony fingerboard with a mahogany bridge. And if you look at the inlays here, you've got, first of all, the headstock, which is designed to match the sound hole rosette. And that's a mixture of koa, walnut, mahogany and maple. A flock of woods. And my favourite bit is the way that these woods have been incorporated all around. I've not seen anything quite like this before. I'm sure builders out there are building instruments that incorporate these kind of beautiful detail, but I've never had my hands on one till now, and I'm just delighted with them. So this is what Tom had to say about this instrument. This design is one that I've had in my head for a bit. It's all about the way that the non-traditional inlaid rosette flows out from the sound hole up to the fretboard and the end of the body. The rest of the inlaid elements on the edges work to integrate the rosette design, and I just love the figured koa strips. Awesome wood. The olive wood, when worked, smells of green olives. So there's not much more to tell about this instrument other than it also has the Goto planetary tuners with quite a thick neck on this one. And the last detail that we should talk about on these ukuleles is the label. All of the labels on the Bird on a Wire ukuleles are made by friends of Tom Molstad, friends and family. So some of them are more decorated than others, but they are all designed by people nearest and dearest to him, which is a lovely feature. Anyway, we're going to give this one a play and see what you guys think. Okay, so the final ukulele we're going to look at today is the first concert that we've ever had from Bird on a Wire Ukuleles. This is ukulele number 21, known as the Crosshouse. Now, before I start talking about it, I want to read Tom's description of it first, because I haven't read it all the way through and it seemed really interesting. So, the Crosshouse is named after a shelter located at what was once Itchen Ferry village, not far from you, meaning us. Crosshouse is loosely inspired by that structure's shape, along with the crossing, graduated colours of the inlay and the natural gradients presented in the Plum sides. You don't see much Plum used in instrument building, except in small instruments because of the tree's small girth, but I think it sounds absolutely fantastic on a concert ukulele. So that's just this. This has the most gorgeous Plum back and sides. Paired with a cedar top, Cedar Concerts, award-winning combination. I'm giving them an award right now if they haven't got many already. There's not much else to say really, I just want you guys to hear it. This one has an ebony fingerboard with an ebony bridge. It also has planetary tuners with the Bird on a Wire logo there, and a slightly shallower neck profile than the tenors. This one will fit very, very nicely in anyone's collection, regardless of your preference in woods. This is a folk machine. It's a soul machine, it's a funk machine, it's got everything going for it. So we're going to give it a play and see what you guys think, but just check out the look of that.
Is that fade on the back and side? Look at that.
I know.
Oh, it's good.
It's the prettiest one.
Pretty.
And so there is an introduction to bird on a wire ukuleles. I really hope you like them. If you have any questions about these instruments or you want anything specifically detailed about them, don't hesitate to get in touch. You can call us in the shop on 01202 430 820, or you can email me at alex@ukulele.co.uk. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Phil and I absolutely love making these videos when we can, and I'd love to continue making them each week. And to do that, I do need you to boost my ego with a like here and there. Once again, I'm Alex. Have a fantastic day, and yeah, bird on a wire ukuleles. Check them out.